All right, y'all. So I'm back with the breakdown of Revelation chapter 5 is what we're on today. So in this chapter, John describes a scene of drama and praise in heaven. Chapter 4 set a scene around the throne of God where there were 24 elders and four animal-like beings, and that's Revelations 4 1 through 7. Chapter 5 begins by describing a scroll in the right hand of God. The scroll is sealed 7 times over and written on both sides. This scroll seems to symbolize the judgment of God on sin and wickedness. Revelation 5 1 through 2. An angel proclaims a question, making it more of a challenge. Who is worthy to take this scroll and to open the seals? At first, it seems that there is no one, nobody on heaven or earth has both the moral authority and the legal right to take up the judgment of God. In response to what seems a hopeless situation, John begins to weep. Revelation 5 2 through 4. Excuse me. Then one of the 24 elders reassures John that there is one who can take this scroll. Jesus. Here, he is described as the Lion of the tribe of Judah and the Root of David. John then describes Jesus symbolically as a lamb that is being slaughtered, who takes the scroll from the hand of God. In response to this, the beings described in chapter 4 begin to sing a new song to God, and that's Revelations 5 5 through 10. The passage ends with a series of praises and responses. The 24 elders and the four living creatures sing a song praising Jesus for his worthiness to enact God's judgment. In response, a mind boggling number of angels respond by praising Jesus. This praise is then echoed by every creature in creation, in heaven and on earth, and under the earth and the sea, and in the sea, and all that is in them. And that is Revelation 5 9 through 14. After seeing Jesus take the scroll, John will begin to describe the judgments which follows. These sealed judgments will be described specifically in Revelation chapters 6 through 8. The seventh seal includes the judgment contained in the seven triumph judgments, which begins in chapter 8. So the chapter context. Jesus commanded John to write the things that you have seen, those that are and those that are to take place after this. The first three chapters of Revelation contain those things which were and are at the time John wrote. Chapters 2 and 3 provided the contents of Jesus' letters to the seven churches. Chapter 4 begins the largest and the last section of Revelation regarding the events yet to take place when John wrote. Revelations 1 in verse 19. John introduced God seated up upon his throne with 24 elders and the four angelic creatures nearby. Chapter 5 focuses on a scroll containing God's judgments on sin and a search for someone to open it. Only Jesus is worthy to open it. When Jesus receives a scroll from God, he receives praise from every creature in heaven and on earth. And I want to do yeah, that's so good. I want to do my second breakdown since this book was a little bit shorter. So Revelation chapter 5 describes a scene in heaven where a sealed scroll containing God's judgment is revealed. It highlights the Lamb, Jesus, as the only one worthy to break the seals and initiate these judgments. This scene emphasizes Jesus' authority and sacrifice as the victor who conquers and receives glory. Come on now. Yes. Yes. Okay, so elaboration. The scroll. The scroll is sealed with seven seals, representing God's plan for judgment on the earth. No one in heaven or on earth is initially found worthy to open it. The Lion of Judah. I always heard this, but okay. I never fully understood what it meant, but we learn it together, family. We learn it together. An elder informed John that the Lion of the tribe of Judah has conquered and can open the scroll. This lion, also identified as the root of David, is referred to Jesus Christ. The Lamb. John then sees the Lion of Judah as the Lamb standing as though slain with marks of suffering. This imagery highlights Christ's sacrifice and his authority as the victor, through suffering. Worthy of the scroll. The Lamb is deemed worthy because he has taken upon himself the burden of sin and death. He alone can open the scroll and initiate the judgment. Universal praise. When the Lamb takes the scroll, there is universal praise and worship in heaven and on earth. This praise acknowledges his worthiness and the glory of his sacrifice. Oh my God. The scroll's contents. Oh, y'all, I got chills. Okay. The scroll's contents. The opening of the scroll's seal associated with the unfolding of God's judgment and the eventual victory of Christ's kingdom. God's triumph. Revelation 5 ultimately declares God's victory and is achieved through the Lamb who was slain. This emphasizes the power of Christ's sacrifice and humility. Revelations verse 5 focuses on the scroll containing God's judgment on sin and is in a search for someone to open it. Only Jesus is worthy to open it. When Jesus receives the scroll from God, he receives praise from every creature on heaven and in earth. In heaven and on earth. That was just another little reminder. Y'all, that is so good. That is so good. Read the verse for yourself. Read it, meditate on it, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.